5, 4. Hi, and welcome to the Woman's Cave. I hit the record button a little too quick, so you guys might hear me counting down. The rest of it was 3, 2, and 1. Anyway, I'm Willnona, and Jade is not here right now. I'm so excited. I don't know what to do. And in case you recognize, I have on absolutely no makeup, no earrings, no necklace, no anything. Because it was 16 hours on the road, and we arrived just in time to do this. I got here at 12:45. And I took a shower and everything to get on this interview. Not that you needed to know that. Anyway, we wrote books. One of the 13 And I Thought ladies. We write the And I Thought series, and I thought divorce was bad. Being grown up was easy. I did my journey alone. I could juggle it all. He was the one. I'm missing one in there, but that's okay. You guys hear it every week, you'll know. And then we have the Misfit Guides, Sassy Suede with Crooked Footprints, the Misfit Guides, Cocktail Soirees, and the LBD. And then you guys, we have a new Misfit Guides. It's called the Misfit Guides, the Broken Girls. Yeah, that's us. Yeah, you gotta have the last one of the series. Also, I'm the author of the Widow's Debt series. And yes, you guys, we have the 25 Hottest Authors magazine. Doesn't she look so hot? She's like so mature and hot. Anyway, you can catch everything that we're doing on andwethought.com, buy our books at amazon.com, barnesandnobles.com, and watch our reality TV show since Jade is not here. Docu-series. Oh, wait, never mind. She just yelled docu-series. And moved from Amazon to Facebook. Yay! And if you're in Sacramento, you can catch on Channel 18. All right, you're not here to hear anything else about me. You're here to hear about our wonderful guest. Wonderful guest, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hey, yes, I am Brooke. I'm happy to be with you. I am the publisher of She Writes Press, and I think we're talking books today. So yeah, She Writes Press, and then I also have the community called shewrites.com, which is the largest community for women writers online.
I'm not in that, so I need to do that.
You need to get on, yeah. You got to be there, yes.
Yeah. So, Brooke, first of all, I'm going to start with a way out there question. I was on your website, and I saw you with lots of cool people. How did that happen?
Well, I interview a lot of writers, and so I have had the opportunity to be in the presence of some pretty cool people through the interviewing process. And so, like, recently I've interviewed Eve Ensler and Tayari Jones, and a personal favorite of mine that I interviewed like 2 years ago is Mary Carr. And so it's not like I do that a lot, but, a few times a year. And that's, yeah, I get that chance to do it. So it's pretty cool.
My narcissism has to ask, where do I need to be for that few times a year so I can get interviewed? Yes. Anyway, so let's go to She Writes Press. So which one came first, interview or She Writes Press?
She Writes first, yeah. Yeah, I got involved. So my friend is the founder of shewrites.com, which already existed. It started, I think, in 2005. And then I approached her with the idea to start a press. And so that is how I got involved. And the press launched in 2012, I think. Yeah.
I'm making you remember numbers.
Yeah. Exactly.
Terrible interviewer. Okay. So what exact kind of books do you like to see for She Writes Press, other than obviously with the female point of view?
Yeah.
What other things do you like to see?
I mean, we mainly do commercial fiction and memoirs, and so that is our sweet spot. And so what we're really looking for is voice. And so it's not so much like, oh, it's a certain kind of novel or a certain kind of memoir, but really just like how the woman expresses herself on the page. Of course, it's nice to find something unique and different, but that's actually not really the point of our press because, for instance, there's a lot of memoirs about surviving sexual abuse, for instance, or there's a lot of novels about the Holocaust, for instance. And what can happen is that the publishing industry will tell these people, oh, that's already been done. It's saturated. There's no more space for another sexual abuse memoir. There's no more space for another Holocaust book. And so what we say at our press is, we don't think that that space is saturated. If you have a unique point of view, if you have a story and someone is telling you that's already been done, lots of times those are the kinds of people that that gravitate toward us.
And I like this. I love this. So pretty much you guys tell a story that's unique and uniquely your own and do a good job at it. And she might just read it.
Yes. Yes.
It's subjective, but she might just read it. I have to ask, my deep question of the day is, if someone 1,000 years from now came across your legacy in your books, what do you think they would think about what you chose and why?
That is a very deep question. Thank you. I think that the biggest thing for me is about making all voices have a possibility of getting out into the world, and so I think the structure, and I'm doing that within the structures of book publishing, right? Kind of saying, look, we choose to be outside of mainstream book publishing. And so I think people would hopefully say, that I was ahead of the curve, that what really mattered at the end of the day was the voices. And, there's all these systems in place that are about limiting voice, about saying oh, well, you don't get to do that because you're not famous enough, or you don't get to do that because someone already did it before you came along. And those kinds of barriers that get put on us, and I think especially for women, can just be yet another thing that pushes us down in a broader system that's already pushing us down. And so I guess, I would hope that people would say she opened doors for women and women's voices.
That's beautiful. You should write an article just on that. In 1,000 years, this is what will be said. You should put yourself on a throne and everything.
If the world is around in 1,000 years, then yes.
Okay. Where can people find out more information about you, about shewrites.com? I'm assuming it's .com because you kept saying She Writes the website. So
yeah, it's shewrites.com and shewritespress.com.
Okay. So you guys, you have to check out shewrites.com and shewritespress.com. And if you notice that I'm going through this interview kind of fast, it's because she's important and she has other things to do than sit here and talk to a chick with no makeup on who's definitely road weary.
But you made it.
I did. And so did you. We had technical difficulties this morning too.
Right.
Overcame challenges. So I want to thank you so much for coming to talk to us. Is there anything you want to say as your wrapping up words?
I don't know how many people in your audience are writers or aspiring writers. Most. Okay, cool. Then yeah, I always say this and impart this message to writers, get out there and start putting your work into the world. If you're already doing that, find new avenues. It's we're just living in this content rich world right now. And I think sometimes people feel oh, do I have something to add? Or, it's so overcrowded. You'll hear that kind of messaging. And the thing is, if you're doing it authentically and you're doing the work that you're meant to be doing, then you're going to find your readers. So I just want to champion your listeners, and thank you for inviting me.
Oh my goodness. She's making me feel wonderful. I think tomorrow I'm going to do a good job.
Tomorrow, not today.
Not today, no. Definitely starting tomorrow. I might even start exercising too and eating less candy. Yeah, no, that's not happening tomorrow. The other two, that's a possibility. So thank you for coming. You guys, remember that you can find everything that your ladies are doing on andwethought.com. And when you go to andwethought.com, go to the second tab, which is the ladies tab. Go down to the middle of the page, not the bottom anymore, you guys. They're moving up in the world. The middle of the page. And you'll find the charities that we proudly support. Please, you guys, support them also. That can be time, that could be money, and something else. Oh, and knowledge. Either way, we need these things. So please support them also. Remember that wisdom is all around you if you're open to finding it and accepting it. So peace and love, you guys, from Willnona and the working missing Jade. Bye-bye.